This type of loan accumulates interest while the student is still attending college.
I think we have to have a real conversation. Are we positioning students to break cycles of poverty by giving them access to college?
Must excel academically.
If we can't say that we are removing that barrier of debt, they're graduating sometimes in more complex financial situations than when we sent them there. I think about my grandparents. They met on a college campus in Louisiana, and the Pell Grant covered the majority of their college expenses. And so now the Pell Grant is roughly $7,000. That it's helpful, but it's not enough.
People are going to college for really specific reasons, and generally it's to live a better life and to better their family in the future. And so they're signing up for student debt because that is the only way that they can pay for school.
About 30% of our clients have student loan debt. Welcome to our Understanding Credit and Credit Scores course. Once they go to college and they get that great degree that they've worked so hard for, within 30 days, there's someone knocking at the door calling, saying, hey, you know what, you still owe me this money. And then when they don't get the job that they perceived that they would get, and that they were told that this is the American dream, they would have this wonderful job after having all this education, and they don't have it. Their credit score is going in the toilet. And pray tell, where can they buy a home at that point? They can't.
We need to address student debt at both levels. We need to make sure that we're not setting future students up for huge debt loads, but we also need to address those of us that carry huge student debt loads now, because we're starting to see families with 2 and even 3 generations that hold student debt, and what that sets them up for is the opposite of generational wealth.
They owe sometimes 2-3 times more than what they originally borrowed.
We know that across the last several decades, income just has not kept up with expenses for the vast majority of folks, including those that have post-secondary credentials.
People are on average paying more than 50% of their income to be able to live and to have the basic shelter. And then on top of that, add student loan debt. It's detrimental.
Your wealth is your assets minus your debt, really simply. So student debt is both a symptom and a cause of the racial wealth gap.
Reducing or eliminating student loan debt can break cycles of poverty and really create pathways for students from disadvantaged communities to have a level playing field.
If we get this figured out, I think it looks like more, in particular, underrepresented and resourced areas being able to find home ownership. It has a direct impact to long-term generational wealth. It has a long-term impact in terms of mental health and wellness. I think we'll find a healthier society.
Go ahead and tally up what you got.
The dream for me would be for our students to be able to do bold things the minute they set out into the world.